Liberal mainstream media is under fire for what conservatives say are their attempts to sweep Devon Archer's testimony against Joe and Hunter Biden under the rug. Gravian's Tom Elliott put together this supercut. Let's watch.
Joe Biden did nothing, not even approximating improper, much less wrong or illegal.
It's wishful thinking. They're trying to create a scandal.
I think it's pretty clear, at least so far, there is nothing there.
House Republicans continue their search for any proof at all tying President Joe Biden to his son Hunter's business dealings.
Joe Biden had nothing to do with Hunter Biden's business dealings.
Because they want to dirty up Biden's name.
You know, Republicans have been trying to use Hunter Biden's behavior against the president.
Did not know about anything that Hunter Biden was doing.
Biden was simply involved in his son's life in a personal capacity. Republicans from consistently trying to make this argument and create the illusion of some malfeasance being there.
Spoke to business associates of Hunter Biden to say hello, to have small talk, casual conversation.
Hunter Biden talked to his dad on the phone all the time. They talked basically every day.
Cable's commentary didn't end there.
It was all casual conversation, niceties, the weather.
They never discussed business. These were more of just cordial hello types of conversations.
Business was never discussed on those calls, and that was more casual sort of check-ins, casual conversations.
President Biden might have said, hey, quit putting me on speakerphone. Are you having a business meeting? Like, what is that about? But do you hang up on your phone, on your side?
When you're vice president, you might say, hey, take me off speakerphone. I don't want to be involved. But do you hang up as vice president of the United States when you're being implicated in foreign business deals? Yes.
Yes, of course. Of course, he should not be taking calls. Even if Hunter really, but Dad, can you please talk to my business partners, of which you have no knowledge, by the way?
Right. I think one of the most revealing things about that supercut is the extent to which there have been so many goalpost shifts around the explanation the mainstream media has given for Joe Biden's involvement. First, he doesn't know anything at all. Then he knows of it, but he's not a participant. Then it's, he's on the phone, but he's not participating in a meaningful way.
All the time.
And now he's on all the time. And what do you expect for him to hang up? What is he, a grown man and next in line to be leader of the free world? How can you say that he has the autonomy to tell his adult son that I don't want to be on phone calls with you and your business partners, and that I will leave the room and or hang up the phone if you try to put me in that compromising situation?
Right, because it's improper given his role as vice president of the United States at the time.
Yes.
Overseeing Ukraine policy.
Yes.
Having something to do with internal demands to the country's legal system that benefited this corporate organization that Hunter is on the board of.
Yes.
Obviously, you got to be careful to make sure you were not taking calls, participating in calls that have anything to do with that.
Yeah.
And it happened 20 plus times, according to Devon Archer.
If the new standard is, well, we can't expect a president not to be implicated by their children in any scheme that the child has, whether it's trying to run for student council in elementary school or middle school or whatever, or getting oil and gas deals from Ukrainian fuel companies. And that, of course, the standard should be going forward that any child of any president has the right and the ability to get their parent on the phone for their own personal benefit. Then we have to start vetting the children of presidential candidates more closely and maybe choose to nominate folks who are childless.
Right. or who have young children who don't have...
we can't get into as much trouble.
Or who don't have children who are so fundamentally corrupt and compromised, which now I guess we're not even fighting about, right? There were some people, some Democratic operatives, some mainstream media people who had even, insisted, well, we don't know that Hunter Biden necessarily did anything wrong in the influence peddling. Can we all accept now that there was a lot of attempted influence peddling?
There is no question that there is influence peddling.
There's no question whatsoever.
The only question is to what extent Joe Biden participated in it.
Yes.
So
even those goalposts have shifted.
Even those goalposts absolutely have shifted. So you're saying we should only nominate candidates with young children. Does that mean you're a DeSantis guy now?
Well, Obama, right? The girls, Sasha and Malia, were still of
they were
of
little
high
kids,
school or younger age.
I think they were in middle. At least one was in middle school at the time of the inauguration.
Yeah.
They were little girls.
Bush twins, they were college girls, maybe.
I think they were college girls. You can get into some trouble in college. I mean, there was some negative coverage about them, partying a little bit, nothing that crazy, but you know how people act about presidents' kids. Who else in the mix? Does Vivek Ramaswamy have kids?
I don't know.
Cornel West, I believe, has a daughter.
Tim Scott's a bachelor. He is unmarried and has no children.
All right. Well, kudos to him. It's a feather in his cap.
I guess.
We've gone from wanting a Camelot to wanting
no
kids whatsoever.
No kids.
I want a childless woman who is, how does he say it? Pastor Prime?
Pastor Prime.
That is what I'm looking for in a candidate.
Yeah. Child
or confirmed bachelor.
Still in your prime, but no children.
Yeah.
It's wild, the covering going on for Joe. I mean, the tone of those clips. They're like, there's nothing wrong here, nothing to see here.
Yeah.
So he's taking calls. They're all in on defending him. It's amazing. It's amazing.
They are confused about why they have a credibility crisis. It's right there. I mean, at a certain point, someone tweeted recently. Who was it? Oh, it was Elon Musk. Elon Musk did a tweet that I agree with.
Wow.
I think he's hypocritical and doesn't follow through in his own on the content of this tweet, but the tweet itself is true and right, which is he's tweeted something along the lines of, if you are never disagreeing with your party at any time, then you're not in a party or in a cult. And when you look at the consensus that is built on these mainstream shows, both Fox News mainstream shows and CNN mainstream shows, where we saw from the Dominion records, for example, that there was no allowance to really be critical of Donald Trump. And similarly on MSNBC and CNN, there's no allowance to be critical of Joe Biden, even when Joe Biden isn't even necessarily implicated, but his son is clearly behaving badly.
Well, I couldn't even tell in those clips. You couldn't tell. Some of those are supposed to be straight news reporting programs. You couldn't tell who was the host and who was the guest. Yeah. They were interrupting each other to acquit Joe Biden of any wrongdoing.
It's a cult.
Yeah, that is cult-like behavior. Well, none of that here on Rising. Not a cult at all. You are free to come and go as you please. Tomorrow, we will be back delivering more news. I suspect we'll be talking more about Trump and about Hunter Biden and all the other stories you love.
Be sure to like, share, and subscribe so you never miss any content. For those of you who like to listen while you're on the go, we're now available anywhere you listen to podcasts.
Bye-bye.
Take care.